Okay, today we're going to learn how to fix a dryer. It's a front-loading dryer. This is Conservator brand, which is made by Whirlpool, it looks like. And we're going to tell you how to fix it. First thing you need to do is, you can see we have it over here, John. I have my faithful assistant, John, is filming. You see how nasty and lovely it is in here? This is great. But you need to unplug it from the wall right there. Whoop, unplug, and then you have your dryer vent here. Whoop, and you need to get that dryer vent off. A lot of times it'll just have a little metal clip that holds it on. In our case, you can see it has a zip tie. But there's different ways that that can be held on. It could even be a vent that goes out the roof. That's a metal pipe that comes down and turns and goes into your dryer, and that would be a couple of screws. But anyway, first thing, unplug it. Be safe, don't get electrocuted. And then unscrew your vent pipe. Then go back to the other spot, John, so I can see the whole thing. Then move it over here where you can kind of get in a spot where you can work, right? Where you can kind of get around this thing. And this is actually pretty simple. First thing you want to do, take out your handy dandy vent thing that catches the lint. And then, John, come up over here where they can see a little better. You have two screws right here, okay? And what you don't want to do is, when you're taking out these two screws, you do not want to drop them down the abyss of death. That's what another guy called it. I thought that was pretty good. And if you drop it in here, you might not be able to ever get them out. So don't do that. Get those two screws, very importantly, put them in your pocket or somewhere where you can find them again, okay? And back up a little bit again, John. Don't lose those screws. So here, these are held on by clips. I actually popped this off a second ago, so I already know it works. Usually in to-do videos, when they say something just pops right off, it's not true. It doesn't just pop right off in the real world. But this one really seems to. It has a little clip right here, another clip right here. You can see that one came off. But just get a screwdriver or something flat, like a flat pry bar, pop that sucker up. Then this thing just leans back like that. Pretty sweet, huh? Not much to it. Great. There could be different little latches or hinges. But back up again, John. What you want to do is you want to have something that props up against this, like this window here, where the thing doesn't flop all the way back. Because when you're repairing stuff, you always want to make sure you don't tear it up worse than you were already. So you don't want these cables to get torn off or anything else. So make sure that's supported, or you got a little assistant to help you. Now come over here, John. Don't zoom in too close, but right here you can see the belt. So this is what makes the dryer drum turn, right? We actually have this full of clothes, and you can see it's turning, but this belt, whoo, little hanger came off, is broken. Okay, so that's a good sign, because that means that hopefully we can just buy a new belt for our dryer and have an easy repair, and cheaper repair. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to buy the right belt, okay? So we need to know the model of this thing. I looked all over the whole machine, and the only place I could find any kind of marking is right in here. You open the door up, and you got this here. So you can see the little tag that says Crosley. So I think that's like a subsidiary of Whirlpool or something. But anyway, it says Conservator Crosley, and then it kind of gives you model number and serial number. And I'm hoping with that information we can find the right belt. Okay, so I forgot to mention this. The easiest way to find the right belt that you want is right here on the belt itself. It should have a number on this flat side. You get the side with the grooves, and you get the flat side. It should be a number on the flat side. But in this case, I guess it's worn so long and so much that the only couple little numbers we can see are too faded. So if it had a number on the belt, kind of like you can see right here, there's a little bit of a number left. You could just look that up, and that would be the easiest way to find it. But if not, open that door and look at that sticker. Okay, so one of the things with trying to find the right belt is measuring the length of it. So you can see, just laying it out very carefully, and this looks like it's 94.5 inches. With the belt, measuring the length of it, if you have to go that route, you just want to make sure that it comes together and that you have every part of it. In this case, you can kind of see, it is actually the length of the belt. Okay, so here's what I got at Lowe's. You can see it says designed to fit most 29-inch wide Whirlpool dryers. Okay, again, because I think this one is made by Whirlpool. And when I looked up this number, remember the number that was right here in the door, that model number, that number told me that it was a 29-inch dryer. Then I measured the belt. Remember, I showed you that on the floor. And I measured it was at 94.5 inches. You can see this one's 92.25. And doing some research online, that's pretty typical. So the old belt stretches, and so the one you measure is going to be wider. So we'll see if this thing works. But yeah, I got this one at the big box store locally, so that's great. Okay, so once we got those two screws out right here, those 5/16 ones, I'm going to show you down here at the bottom. I thought it was another screw, but it's actually just a little clip. That's the dryers. That's the one side. Then that's the little hole. Yeah, crap. Sorry, guys. There. That little hole it slides into with that little clip. So all you got to do is just kind of pull up. I'll kind of show you this one. Whew, camera angles. This one here coming out. Just got to kind of pull on it. It snaps out just like that. So it's not a screw. That's great. I didn't know how we were going to get to that. So now we got this off. Sam, come hold the camera. I got another assistant. Sam. Okay, so Sam, hold the camera. All right, now should just be able to grab this guy and pull it out of here. It's pretty light, even with the clothes in there, it's not too bad. And now you can see what's underneath. Here is the motor. That you don't want to touch that if it's plugged in, right? That could shock you for sure. But that's where the belt goes. This is the roller that the dryer rolls on. And so anyway, now we're going to get the belt on there. Oh, and here's the tensioner plug right here. So that needs to go back on there as well. Okay, so now you have your motor, and then that's your tensioner, okay? That is what we're going to pull the belt around at the end after we get the drum and put it back in. We're going to have the belt around the drum, and the last thing we're going to do is pull that tensioner up and grab a loop and loop it around that motor shaft, which is that little silver thing there. The drum is actually sitting on those two rollers in the back right there. That's what we want to make sure the lip of that drum is sitting on those two rollers set there, and belt around it. Final loop goes on there. Okay, so got the dryer back in there. Come over here, B, and show them you got your belt. The ridge side of the belt is now facing down toward the drum. Okay, now show them down up under here. So now we got the belt all around the drum. The tricky part is here's your belt tensioner. Again, it just slides in a little slot in the front. It has a little spot slide in the back. It is kind of a bit of a pain. So you just got to grab it and pull the belt under the tensioner right there. All right, see that little loop? Just get a little loop, just like that. Then you got to pull really hard and get it up over that loop, up over the motor shaft. So the belt goes up, loops around that, and up under the tensioner pulley, okay? So now it should be properly installed. Okay, so you have the two metal clip spots. You put those in first. Kind of just set the door up on the metal clips, probably one at a time, line the holes up, snaps in one side, snap in the other side. And that's where we're at here. We just have to put these screws back in, if you remember those. 5/16 end little metal screws. And the only other thing, you just got to make sure that the lip is set in there. And then turn the dryer over a time or two to make sure it's set in there properly. All right, so I just put the two screws back in here on each side, put it in, close the lid, the two snaps here, remember those? Two screws here at the dryer vent. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for to see if it actually works. So here we go. I haven't actually tried it yet. Looks like it works. So there you go, folks. Successful, pretty easy. Only cost me $13 and maybe an hour and a half of time. So really for a home project, pretty sweet. And considering that, buying a new dryer or paying somebody to come out and fix it's going to be a lot more, definitely something you should try at home. So I hope you enjoy the video.